This episode of Steven Universe has become my new favorite, Mr. Greg. This was the long-awaited musical episode that the Crewniverse has been hyping up for a very, very long time, and it was worth the wait. This episode did something that I knew it would begin in this episode, but I didn't know if it would be resolved in this episode, and it's something that's been coming for a very long time. And that's closure. Closure between Pearl and Greg. These two people who fell in love with Rose Quartz, who to them is this beautiful woman, this unattainable, just embodiment of everything that's perfect. They both loved her and went after her, but in the end, only one of them won, and that was Greg. That honestly mirrors real life a lot. Take a moment to think, how many of your friends get into arguments over, hey, I liked her first, or hey, I liked him first, I saw him first, blah, 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 blah. For them to wrap up this storyline, for them to wrap up this chapter of Pearl's life so beautifully, so well done in just 12 minutes and a handful of songs, is phenomenal. Everything about this episode is phenomenal. It completely blew me away out of the water. All my expectations, which were already pretty high, got shattered because this episode was just great all around. The songs, man. Well, I think my favorite one was probably in the very beginning, Greg's It Ain't Cost Nothing song, when it starts like kicking up and going, Empire City.
I know a place that's always exciting. The shows and the sights and the lights so blinding.
And Steven's little melody while Greg's also singing. It was pretty catchy. And I think I really like that one a lot. But that's just because I like guitars and songs and stuff. So that's probably just it. But it's over, isn't it? And both of you, those songs were so heartfelt, so touching, that they're all gonna go down as some of the best in this series. When Steven Universe is over in 2-3 years, we're gonna look back and see this episode and say it was one of the best, and the songs in this especially were one of the best, some of the best of the series. The art and animation in this episode were the best it's ever been, especially during It's Over, Isn't It? The lighting, the art, the colors, the backgrounds, the little head turn animation when Pearl was singing, all of it. Oh my god, like, I can't even begin to describe how much I loved this episode, and especially that scene, that musical number. Pearl's movements were so lively and vivid. If they did another musical episode, I'd be all for it, as long as it's on par with this kind of level. Like, I think Jello Apocalypse was onto something. All character development in the show is done through crying and singing, because that's all they really did in this episode. But you know what? It was fantastic. All around, it was fantastic. During both of you, when Greg was yellow and Pearl was blue, aka the opposite colors of each other, and Steven was pink, because of course Rose Quartz pink, that was just really well done. And I definitely believe Rebecca, or whoever directed the songs in this episode, had it so Zach, Steven's voice actor, sung like Rose in the song, because during both of you, everyone heard Rose.
Both love me and I love both of you.
And that was definitely, symbolically, her talking to Greg and Pearl through Steven. And now the whole is Rose dead debacle. I say Rose is dead because her physical form is not there anymore. She cannot speak to anyone anymore. Yeah, you can say Steven talks through her, but that's not her speaking. Yeah, her gem is there, but physically, mentally, Rose is gone. The DNA connected to that gem is Steven now, not Rose. Although that doesn't mean Steven's and mom comment didn't kill me. I was laughing all over the place. I had to watch this episode so many times before I could review it because I just couldn't get my thoughts together. I definitely hope the development in this episode sticks and that in future installments we see Greg and Pearl on friendly terms, hanging out more. Now, that dance at the end was definitely shipper fuel, and I know a lot of people were like, are they gonna fuse? Which wouldn't have happened, but even I for a second was like, well, if they fuse, then it could kind of be like the show saying that Greg and Pearl actually on a better emotional wavelength than Greg and Rose, but I'm also glad it didn't happen because it would have came out of the left field. And I don't really ship Greg and Pearl, but I still felt some chemistry there during that final song. However, what I find heartbreaking is that they bonded and got closer through grief and through pain. Their mutual pain over Rose being gone is what brought them together, and that's heartbreaking. But this episode was huge for both Greg and Pearl's development. But I would say more especially Pearl, because we've known for how long she's been dealing with this, with Rose being gone, resentment against Greg, against Steven, against anybody who even mentions Rose. And for it to wrap up this beautifully, I'm sorry if I'm beginning to repeat myself, but this episode was just so good. I definitely give it an A+. The art, the animation, the songs, the dialogue, everything about this episode from start to finish had me grasped, had me entertained, had me in a trance, and it was very emotional. I felt myself tearing up during Isn't It Over and Both of You. Those two songs, man, those two songs are never going to be forgotten by this fandom. I recall Rebecca Sugar saying she wanted to write a song better than Everything Stays from Adventure Time. She definitely did it with this episode. She definitely did it, without a doubt. Sorry it took me so long to get this episode up. I wasn't feeling too well last night, but I'm doing all better now. Sorry it took me so long to get this review up. I just didn't want to upload it late at night where I am. I wanted to upload it during a time where I knew people would see it, because I didn't want anyone to miss out on it. Tonight is Too Short to Ride. That's airing. If I don't get my review up tonight, it'll be up tomorrow, but definitely be excited for that one. It's the final episode of the Paradeption arc, and we might see a fusion. A lot of talk. I don't know though. None of the leaks showed anything. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts. What did you think of this beautiful, beautiful episode? Awestruck Vox, signing out.